Hello, my name is Perez-Cordero, and I will be presenting a comparative analysis from Chapter 2 and Chapter 12 from the book Visualizing Multilingual Lives, More Than Words. My Chapter 2 is becoming and being multilingual in Australia, and Chapter 12 is plurilingual education and the identity development of pre-service English language teachers, an illustrative example. What can you expect um, on on this presentation? Well, I will first do a quick summary of the two chapters. I will analyze some of the common themes, and at the end, I will provide some reflection on the themes, and that is pretty much what you will expect from this presentation. On chapter 2, the methodology that it was used was drawings and interview. So the subjects were asked to do some drawings, and then together with interviews, the researcher collected the data. And the content of chapter 2, well, were like three interviews of multilingual individuals. The something interesting is that those three individuals have different migratory experiences, and the three of them were female. So we have the first one was Sophia. Sophia heritage was like a Italian, but she also she said that in school she was bullied, but when she will come home to an Italian community. So it was easier for her, but the story was not the same for her siblings. And now that she's an adult, she finds it hard for her kids to access that Italian heritage and the Italian language because English has become the dominant language. Um, on her image, that is the one that is in the middle, you see that she has like a straight face and moving hands. Well, she says that that is how she feels speaking English. Sorry, speaking Italian in Australia because she speaks Italian but without the feeling. And then she explains that when she traveled to Italy, she was able to speak Italian with all the with all the emotions and all the feelings. However, she says that the Italian in Australia is monotono, and that when she traveled to Italy, she felt not the burden of and she could explain herself in Italian better. The second one is Jessica, and Jessica heritage is Korean, and the image from Jessica is the first one. And something that you can see is that she has like three very specific defined communities: the family community, the church community, and the university community. Um, she included some characters, some Korean characters, and she says that with her family and church, she mostly speak Korean, even when those communities are in Australia, because there's a big Christian community that she belongs in Australia, but that in the university is where she spoke English. She those boundaries on those communities are are very defined. Um, she also had children like Sophia, but Jessica says that she doesn't want her children to grow up without forgetting her Korean heritage and the Korean language. Um, and she says that she has opportunity to write a lot of English, but she needs to be intentional in making friends in school to practice the English. And the last one is Ada, and that is the last image that we have here. And Ada says that she loves to communicate with others in the language that people feel comfortable. Something different from Ada is that Ada it's from Chinese background, grew up in Singapore, and now lives in Australia. She had a very negative view of learning languages in school. However, I can on the however you can see that she enjoys learning languages. You know, she speak like she doesn't like to learn them in school, but she it's like self motivated to learn it by herself. A question that it was asked to Jessica was what does she think if she thought that Sydney is a multilingual place, and she says that it's multicultural but not multilingual. And here are those three drawings. The findings on this is that there's different experiences with different learning experiences, and there were different types of thinking between the three of them. And also, it is important how these visuals give us a glimpse of how complex is multilingualism. On chapter 12, this study was made to teachers, and this study was different. It was different because it included a before and after. And it talks about two different teachers, teacher A and teacher B. And teacher A first present herself as, the question was, how do you see yourself being a teacher of citizenship in a plurilingual space? The first teacher says that she felt like she's in front of their class, but then later on, when she learned and she experienced the class, she included like citizenship and other values. And the second teacher, teacher B, first she draw herself as an octopus trying to meet everybody's needs, but then during the course and at the end she changed it. And let me move myself here so you guys can appreciate the drawing. And she changed the analogy and the metaphor as like we're in a boat. I am the captain, but we are all here together, and we're all experiencing this together and learning that together. This second study, it was done in Portugal. And then we have like what we can say that this study is that it is important for teachers to keep in mind that their role as a teacher are designers of experiences, and the usage of these visual narratives can help the teacher recognize their own teacher identity and help the students also recognize their own identities. The themes, reflection, and conclusion. Well, the themes that I find, it was like multilingualism, plurilingualisms are identity shapers. So the environment that we are and how we consider ourselves, right, that will shape who we are. Also, that visual narratives and portraits are important tools to understand and study the complexity of one's identity. In the first study, it helped like those multilingual persons to understand who they were, who they are, and who they want to be with their families. And on the second one, it helped the teachers to see who they are as teacher and then move on. Also, the reflection is that there's value in using multi-text strategies and to frame these stories because identity making is really, really, really complex, and it happens over a period of time. And also it has like many dimensions, right? So these visual narratives, it will help people like to express their realities and their cultures. And to conclude, I will say that like self-produced portraits, personal timelines, reflection, revision, or all these type of tools should be a common practice in language education settings. I think that it should be part of our teaching and our learning. In particular, when we have multilingual individuals, or we are in plurilingual realities, like settings, classroom with a lot of different people that speak different language, because like those narratives will help make concrete some abstract concepts, the abstract concepts of identity, and it will help everybody to put them in perspective. So that's all that I have for you. I hope that you have enjoyed this presentation, and it has been a pleasure to be with you guys in class, and I will see you guys on class. Have a good one. Bye.